Hi guys, welcome back. This is Above Average FPL. My name is Adam. As always, joined by Baker. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good to be back. We're back.
Sort of back. We're just casually having a chat tonight. I think we're, as always, not as structured as probably we should be, but we can run through a few things. I think the agenda is to maybe spend just a couple of minutes talking about the World Cup, just because it's football and it's nice to talk about it, and England are doing well. And then just using that information as well to sort of move into FPL, things about rest of the players, and things like that, and then look at a few stats and see what we're thinking. Obviously, we've got the doubles now, yeah, and just see how things are going. So I have put together. Well, I just have put on a couple of slides. I've put our fantasy teams from the World Cup, which you snuck ahead of me today, which I didn't realise until I was doing this. But you've managed just to sneak a few points ahead of me, which is a bit cheeky with your Phil Foden captaincy. Um,
Well, mate, Phil Foden's captaincy is not a good thing, mate,
well, it's true.
because it means I didn't captain Mbappe. I didn't have Dumfries.
This is true. This is true.
Um, yeah, somehow I've done okay, but I had a couple of Brazilian defenders, and they got
Well, yeah,
nothing. Did
that's
Marquinhos get nothing?
he would have done now. Yeah,
Yeah, so he's gone.
he would have done
Well, that's good though, because I was looking at it, going thinking, who do I get rid of? Oh, did you take this picture before they lost the clean
before
sheet?
they conceded. Yeah, so
Oh, so
Marquinhos
this is
finished on
your
one.
fault. This is your fault.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll take responsibility for that.
So you wiped us out the
Well,
clean sheet.
I've got
Well, I'm
Marquinhos
not.
as well. So
I only went on Marquinhos because I wanted to do Adam Militao, and someone on Twitter said to me, "No, he's not playing, and he's ill or something like that." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. Just
fair
get
enough.
someone else in."
Yeah.
But I can't say I'm taking it seriously at all.
No, no, I can't really be bothered
Because
with it.
no interest, I celebrated the career goal going in, thinking, "Oh, what a banger!" And then afterwards, I was like, I've got two defenders for
Yeah,
that. Like I just it doesn't do anything for me.
is what it is. I've got Dumfries, but yeah, I've got see Marquinhos had nothing when I took the photo for me, and I've got Allison as well. So double Brazil
Yeah, I had
defense
Allison.
mudded, but
Yeah,
there we go. I've still got
you left Casemiro on the bench.
yeah, it's because I wasn't paying attention.
Exactly. This is the point. It's pointless. What a waste of time.
Yeah, plus you wouldn't have Casemiro anyway. But we're having a bit of fun with it. It's all right. I've got other fantasy games going on in the background, fan
We've got
team.
about 12 fantasy games going on.
Well, I've got this like TFC thing, which is a bit odd, but where you pick one player from each team, and then like the pool of players gradually gets smaller. So you get like a free hit every single week, and then like the top 80% of this round go through. The top 90% of all the group games go through, and things like that. So I am currently like 900th out of just under 2,000, so I should get through. And then I've got to go again for the quarterfinals, and you can pick one player
Oh
per
man,
team
this
to
is too
it's
complicated. What are you
well, it's got
doing?
£50,000 prize pool, so I'm like, fuck it, why not? Just have a
Oh,
go.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair
and
enough. Fair
then
enough.
fan team's going all right, so can't complain. Vinicius Junior today, and I took a hit.
Yeah,
Took Dumfries out, and I actually ended the week plus 15 on the moves that I
Oh,
made. So
fair dues.
happy days, happy days. So
Fair dues.
hello to everyone in the YouTube chat. There's 25 of you today, so that's good. Seeing as we're just having a casual chat, so Dan Dread, What No Graphics, Dan Banks, Nuclear Atoms, obviously Dan, Crypto Block Dan is in there, Andy Martin, Muldoon McStenney. Spurs should buy that Richarlison guy. He looks like a baller. Yeah, he is. So
We can talk about him if you
we can
want.
talk about him a little bit. But if you do like what we're going to be doing, or if not, if you like what we do, if you enjoy the video, do make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more, make sure you hit subscribe. That'd be much appreciated. The content that we put out is supported by Crypto Block Dan. He's out there in the chat. Dan is a games analyst in the play to earn crypto space. Fantastic guy, really, really knowledgeable. And if you want to learn more about crypto, about the blockchain, the use cases, and the technology, just give him a shout, and I'm sure he'll be glad to talk to you. Yeah. So
All good.
all good, all
Got
good.
Patreon.
We have got Patreon, yeah, patreon.com/above average FPL. Obviously, it's quietened down in the last couple of weeks, but it will start to gear up again as we do, more content leading up to the start of the second half of the season on Boxing Day, and just a nice little tight knit community there that we can have a chat with and put some more content out to you guys.
Yeah, get in the Discord, mate. Get in the Discord, have some chats. We'll work through the teams with the boys that are in there, and yeah, all enjoyable.
Excellent.
So, we're
One
going.
last thing, to plug. So before game week 17 on the deadline, I'm going to close the mini league. I've updated this because it's actually changed since game week 16. So Damien Duffy,
Hello.
who's top, he's only joined
It,
since since
you
game week 16.
sneaky man,
Yeah,
Damien.
and Matthew Thorpe in fifth as well. So
Good
those two
efforts.
have joined in.
I like it.
UAT148 is the code for anybody listening. And yeah, I'm closing that league game week 17 deadline. So you've got 3 weeks, get in there. And if you've got over 1,000 points, you'll be doing quite well at the moment. So
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
so
So we got some double game weeks.
we have got some double game weeks, which is good. We've got obviously some information now to base our decisions. I mean, we thought we were going to have a relatively straightforward sort of pick of players, but with City having two doubles, I mean, the first double isn't exactly exciting me, to be honest. Chelsea and Fulham doesn't. I
Uh,
don't feel
yeah,
overly excited about that one.
yeah. And the
Or do you
reason it's
think?
probably
I was going to say,
well,
do
the
you think
problem with
the?
it,
Oh, go on, go on, go on.
the problem with it is your immediate thoughts on it. If you think about those two teams, Fulham and Chelsea. If I say to Fulham, what are the assets you like out of Fulham?
Andreas and Mitrovic.
And if I say for Chelsea, what are the players that you like from Chelsea? Let's assume they're fully functioning, fully fit.
Reece James, Chilwell, Kepper,
Yeah, yeah. So we want the attack from one and the defense from the other,
basically.
and they've got to play each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it, that is the bit in it, but it is a thing of looking at it and thinking, ooh,
Do you feel like just makes because do you think anyone would have had any hesitation looking at not City, sorry, Chelsea, with Bournemouth and Forest obviously first up, and then you'd look at that City game initially and you go, oh, do I need three? Do all this sort of stuff. I mean, forgetting the fact that they've been pretty crap the first half of the season, comparatively to how they should or we'd expect. Do you think that
yeah.
extra game just gives us a bit more that just says, actually, yeah, we can carry this through and maybe not take huge advantage of that being a double, but at least you're getting a second fixture out of these players.
I do think that, yes, I do think that. I do think the other thing with Chelsea is Chelsea games are quite well spread. So 18, 17, 18, 19 is effectively, when you look at any tickers, it like says a calendar week because game week 17 starts on the 26th of December, and then game week 18 starts on the 30th of December, and then game week 19 starts on the 2nd of January. So it sounds like it's like 3 games in 5 days. But if you're Chelsea, you play on the 27th, the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Then you don't play again until the Sunday. So Tuesday, Sunday. That's
Quite
nice.
good.
Then the next game forms Thursday.
Yeah.
So Tuesday, Sunday, Thursday, they've actually got the longest period between their first and last game.
Yeah. That's true.
And I'm like,
And then they've got a week before that double game.
yeah, they've got a bit of time in between each game to sort of go, yeah, get ready, go again. Because I think you have got to look at some of those things and think, is that going to do me this game week 17, especially this game week 17 to 18? So basically, Chelsea Bournemouth play on the Tuesday, 27th.
Yeah.
And Man United Forest play on the Tuesday, 27th.
Correct. Yeah.
Leeds City play on the 28th.
Yeah.
Everybody else is
Boxing Day.
26th.
Yeah.
And it's tight turnaround, isn't it? Because you're straight around then into the 30th of Friday. So Liverpool play again on the 30th, straight off. That's not a lot of time, is it? Play play Monday, play Friday. Don't like that.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I
Don't like
think
that
you
as
also need to be
much.
considering. You do need to be considering. I suppose Liverpool, most of their players are at the bloody World Cup, aren't they? So it's
Yeah.
not like it's not like it's a case of I had a sheet of rest and stuff like that. But if you think of where is it? So
You'll find it.
Liverpool have 7 players. So when I did this at the start, so it was based on opta predictions. I haven't updated it. So there's obviously been a few changes and a few shocks in the World Cup, but
Yeah.
Liverpool were had the second least amount of rest on average across 7 players that they've got in the World Cup.
Yeah.
So they've got Darwin, who's already home.
Gone.
Virgil, who's obviously still out there. Kanate's still out there. Obviously Henderson. Trent's not getting any minutes, so it's not a huge deal. Fabinho, same, and Allison keeper. Right, so it's
Yeah.
not desperate. It's just really Van Dijk. I think more than anything
Yeah.
because Henderson's not first choice, is he? He's not, is he? Really?
Well, who knows
It
by the
does
time
kind of
they get
suck. They've
back?
got Fabinho and Henderson out there as well. It does.
Yeah, yeah. But I think, you know, Darwin, Jota will be back. I don't know the latest on Diaz, whether he'll be back or not. Um, Anyone in the chat can let us know if they know about Diaz, about when he's back or not. Um, but Monday, Friday puts me off the attack a little bit. But Chelsea, I'm like, yeah, good amount of time between Bournemouth and Forest. Because effectively, if you even if they didn't have a double, good amount of time between Bournemouth and Forest is worth looking at. Then then you move into you got a double after it, and I'm like, even if it's not that good, kind of like it.
Yeah. I mean,
Hard, hard to go past it.
yeah. I mean, Reece James should be fit, right? Should
Yeah,
be.
Reece James trained today,
Okay, cool.
full training.
I'm just looking at the players that are already gone. So obviously Koulibaly's gone back home. So is Pulisic. Ziyech to play. Havertz has gone, obviously. Um,
Yep,
Mount is, is Gallagher still with the squad? He is, isn't he?
he is with the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, Gallagher still to go home. Kovacic obviously got another game coming up, and Thiago Silva obviously got another game coming up as well. So
do you not think this is the bit that I don't really get. If if we were playing a game this weekend, yeah, if we were playing a Premier League game this weekend, and then we were playing a European game in midweek,
yeah,
would we be asked about what's going to happen on the 26th of December?
no, no. See,
So
this is
why are we so asked about this? Why is this like, oh my god, they're
because
playing in a World Cup?
because they're building up fatigue. They've built up fatigue through the first half of the season, and having to continue to play this schedule that the schedule that they're currently playing at the moment is a schedule that they're relatively used to. The top players, anyway. Um, they're actually just playing it in a warm climate rather than a cold climate, which is probably better for their bodies in truth. But it's the build up of this has been like this since like the second week in September. They just haven't stopped. Whereas you'd get your Carabao Cup rotations, you'd get midweeks off between Champions League weeks and stuff like that you would normally get to allow the body to recover. But they've basically gone from every 3 days in the Premier League and Champions League and Europa League and whatever to every 3 days in the World Cup, and it's just continuous. Now that will, I think anybody that goes out in the quarters will be fine. I think semis. Once you're in the semis, I think you're there until the 18th, right? Basically, 17th, 18th, and then anybody but the winners, you're going to get 9 days back, which isn't much time considering the squad has been training all the time. And obviously, I'd discount any winners from like the first 2 game weeks, 17 and
Yeah,
18, because
you reckon?
yeah, they'll
You
fly
think
home.
Kane? You think Kane won't play Boxing Day?
I don't know if they win the World Cup, no.
So if it's England, Brazil, Tottenham, we might end up with Son still like he's not right, is he? He's not right.
No.
Like he's not even close to right. And then you got Richarlison and Kane potentially both in the final.
Yeah. We'll just start with we'll just start with Sun up the we start with Sun up the middle, and then you play Kulusevski on the right and Perisic on the left.
Yeah,
And you hope that works against Brentford.
Jeez.
So yeah, well, yeah. I mean, look, let's cross that bridge when we come to it. It's a long way to go for England to get to a World Cup final. Seeing as the last time it happened was 60 years ago.
It's coming home, mate.
It's got to
As
happen
that's what
first.
it
Got to
is.
happen first. Got to get there first. But yeah, definitely. So you're looking at Chelsea. So are you looking at going to double Chelsea then?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think I'll ever learn my lesson on Reece James. I think he'll continually earn 2 points a game for me on average for about 3 years, and I'll just keep doing it.
You
There's
just
so
can't, can
many
you?
good defenders. Look at this, and you're looking at it, and you're like, right, Cancelo. Oh, look at that. Arsenal got West Ham and Newcastle up there, and I want, White's 4.6. All the others are cheap. Then we've got Trippier. Then we've got Robbo back, and we've got who knows, fresh Trent. We've got Dallo, who's got Forest and Bournemouth and Wolves in the first three, like the best clean sheet fixtures you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah,
Oh God, Reece James.
yeah. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Standard 2 point. Well, he's not 2 points. Reece James never gets 2 points. That's the thing. You
But it
only
works out on average 2 points
if you
because he
hold
gets
him for long enough.
17 and then he gets 16 1 pointers and then it works out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, Chintan's giving us a super chat. Good old Chintan, we've
Oh,
missed you,
welcome back.
buddy.
Welcome back. Yeah, thanks, Chintan. Missed this as well. Yeah, thank you very much for that super chat. That's very kind of you. And hello to Spartans into FPL team Peter, both in the chat. There's a really good planner FPL team if you want to do your team.
FPL team,
I'll
and
give you.
that's an important thing. So you can muck around without actually spending transfers and
Yes,
ruining your rank.
yes.
So lovely guy, Pete.
Yep.
Um,
So
Andy Martin in the chat. He's convinced. He's convinced there's going to be lots of rest. I'm not so sure.
see, I
And then
was wondering about that. I spoke to him earlier on it, and I replied to him earlier. So I said earlier, just to like the quarters. I think quarters would be enough. I think anyone in the quarters. So if you're looking at the, did I put it in here? I don't think I did. Shit. I had something with the World Cup bracket on it, so we could see who was who. Not that we don't know, but I did have something up there to see who had been eliminated, etc. So whilst I'm filling time at the moment, I'm actually putting it into a slide, which is quite.
I'm just not convinced they don't help him out as much as possible. But the clubs, but tell them they just got to haul it for free because it's massive. 10% of the season happens over a course of about 7-8 days. Like whatever you've been doing. So Arsenal have got, they got Jesus out now. Like they can't afford to muck up in these 3 games and just ruin all the good work they've done.
Yeah, I mean, City will be right on their City will be right on their tails. I mean, obviously Haaland's at home, KDB's at home. Yeah,
Who cares about the rest? They just fill
yeah,
it with anyone.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Just fill it with players. They've got enough that will work it out. But those two turn up most weeks, you're going to be okay.
yeah.
Chuck in your Mahrez, chuck in
Don't say
Grealish.
Mahrez, Andy will get well excited.
Mahrez, mate. Could be the man, couldn't he, for this period?
We do that as well, though. We do that when doubles come round. We always get on Mahrez train as well. It's always pain. No one knows.
That double game week 20, like that might not happen. Is that right?
20 might not happen if either Tottenham or City end up with a replay in the FA Cup, and City have got Chelsea.
Yeah.
So that might not even happen.
That feels dodgy, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't see.
Who have we got?
We got.
We should know this.
Portsmouth, Peterborough, something like that. Is it
Portsmouth? I'm sure it is Portsmouth.
I don't know, but it's not a team I'm too concerned about. Put it that way. I can't imagine I would be. When are they? 7th of January.
But so we won't know that. We won't know anything about
Portsmouth.
So we'd assume that Tottenham one's okay, but that Man City Chelsea that could easily draw.
Yeah, And as you say, yeah, we won't know anything until actually the week before game week 20. Like,
Waste of time.
yeah. So that is it's midway through game week 19. We'll find out whether Spurs and City have a double in game week 20, which no one's going to be scrambling around unless for some bizarre reason you want a free hit in that week. But there's surely better weeks. There's going to be better weeks later on in the season when we got that FA Cup quarterfinals, isn't it? It's normally around game week 30. It was last year. There's going to be a better opportunity to use it potentially.
More than rest days for me, the things that I keep playing through my brain is how much do we take forward from what's happened? Like I take very, very little forward from what happens at the end of a season to the start of a season. I take very little from it.
Okay.
You know, we've seen time and time again, like the Iheanacho smashes it up for 7, 8 game weeks in a row and then doesn't play in game week 1. But like we've seen all sorts of things happen with breaks, and I can't work my. This is not something we know, is it?
No, no,
And you're
no.
not going to get pre-season. You're not going to get fixtures happen where you can go, oh, look, they're working, they're back together, the band's all fixed. I can't quite play it through.
Yeah.
Whether that means we get a continuation, whether that means that it's a lift for good teams. So if I think about Chelsea, for example, in talked a lot about Chelsea in this early games, but Chelsea have been really, really bad.
They have.
I think even the most ardent of Chelsea fans would say that Chelsea have been really poor, both offensively and defensively. Um, but they've got good players.
Mm.
And does it just kind of help that you've had a break and Potter's, got more of his feet under the table and they've had this stuff? And do we just take chances and get on them? Because they're not cheap, the players, 5.8 million or so, where it is for James, which would have been a bargain years ago or like last season. But it, it, it probably means you don't have Trippier if you have James, I think.
It's just no, yeah, it's tough because there's very little. Like, again, like Chelsea are a complete unknown. There's no evidence from. I know you say how much you carry forward, but there's no evidence so far that Potter has a team that we want to go and grab FPL assets from. He didn't have it at Brighton. I mean, fine, yes, obviously the quality of players is obviously completely different, but still, I still don't get excited by trying to pick which Chelsea player. Can you see
It's just James.
James
But
making a huge
it's just
difference?
James. Yeah, I do think though that I think there's a positive that Chalobah's got a new contract. I think they've got to start investing in certain players. I think there's a positive that Azpilicueta is with Spain.
True.
So Chalobah for me and James outside him just makes absolute sense. Um, but when I think about Chelsea Liverpool defence, like you pay a lot of money for them. And in game week 1 to 16, I'm just looking at like open play XG conceded. They're Liverpool and Chelsea 14.44 XG and 14.46 XG conceded is slightly worse than Bournemouth and slightly better than Southampton.
So hold on. Yeah, that's bad. So where? So hold on.
Worse than Bournemouth, those two.
You're looking at.
If you filter it, are you on it? Look at
Of course
that.
I'm on it. Of course I'm on it.
So good on it.
Open play
Look
XG
at them.
conceded.
Look at them. 15.11 XG conceded for Southampton, 14.41. I mean, Tottenham are much better, but we've kept bugger all clean sheets. But they're right up there in the 10 worst offences
Yeah.
in the league.
Yeah.
In the league.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, you pick Reece James for upsides because you're looking to bank clean sheets, right? You're looking to bank 2 out of 3 clean sheets
Yeah.
or 2 out of 4 clean sheets on a bad run or whatever, and you end up with your 15 cleans a season or whatever it is, 13 cleans a season. So I just
Rank.
you have to expect. Then you go the other way and you look at who they've got to face, and they've got to face Forest, who you can't even see on here because I haven't scrolled down far enough. So you got Forest
And Bournemouth.
and Bournemouth. So
See,
it's
Reece
just like
James, chuck him in. And full
exactly,
of credit, chuck him in.
yeah. We've spent
How
way.
do you not chuck him in?
He's just an enigma. Again, we just don't know. I just don't know. And I feel like I'm gonna be justified in saying I don't know and not confident in going for someone like Reece James. And I know I'll do something like not have him, and then he'll score 24 points in the first
Which
week,
is why we have him, which is why we get
and
sucked
then
in
I'll
and
bring
why
him
we
in
have him.
18, and he'll get yellow card and concede 2, and then I'll be like, what the hell have I just done?
And score in the FA Cup game.
And
And score in the FA Cup game to cause a replay that means we don't get the double and 20. That is
yeah,
the Reece James that we know and love back in this game.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay.
Look, Trippier.
So I'll tell you what we want for Trippier. We want set play XG. Set piece
No
Spurs.
wonder.
Set piece Spurs aren't even top of this.
Wow.
But I mean, they've only scored 5 goals. We've had 10. But it's not like they're even like it's not their XG. Still top 5 open play XG as well. I mean they're a good attack.
They're so good.
But Callum Wilson's pulled up again with a strain. He's not training at the moment with England.
Oh, is that true?
Well, that's what I heard. That's what I heard on Sky earlier.
I don't know why I thought you'd lied. Why not challenge you? Like,
just making
it'd
it up
been
about
brilliant
Callum
if
Wilson
you
injuries.
made up.
It's not quite like your 250th place in the Euro fantasy game, mate. It's no. I heard that he had a strain and he wasn't training. So just little things like that. You just think, oh, it's just Callum Wilson being Callum Wilson, just injured again. And they will have Bruno Guimaraes, who's going to come back from the World Cup, probably a finalist. Hopefully, I'd say hopefully a semi-finalist, but
he's playing no games, though, is he?
no, true, no, true. He's not getting any more minutes now, probably either, unless if they can avoid it.
I mean, I don't think they brought him on in the end tonight. Even they hadn't near the end when I looked.
No. So yeah, how do you go without Trippier? I mean, like, how do you? I think we're all trying to go towards Robbo, aren't we not? As well. I think we just feel like a rested Robbo just is just going to be obvious. What was he, 6.6 or 6.7?
My only thing on Robbo is just going back to those fixtures again. Is that does he miss one? Because their first Friday the 30th they're playing Leicester, and then Monday the 2nd of January they play Brentford.
Mate, look, seriously, he went a whole season playing every single game. League, Champions League, League, Champions League, League, Champions League. They won the league, they won the Champions League in consecutive seasons. He played every bloody game. He's just had a month off. He's not getting rested. Why? Why would he bother?
Simagas.
Yeah, but there's no need. Liverpool need to win games. They need to get back up the table and they need to get up towards those Champions League spots.
Yeah.
That is critical for Klopp. And he's got some of his best players that haven't gone. He's got some of his best players that haven't gone to the World Cup. Salah, Robertson, and he's got players coming back from injury. Nunes is back early, perfect.
So right, hold
Thiago.
on. So we still want Trippier. We want Reece James. We want Robbo.
You have to go bargain basement for the next two. So you have to go.
Hold on then. So no Cancelo.
Chelsea United. I would use Chelsea and United as my justification for no Cancelo. It seems really odd. Because if you go Cancelo, then you can't have like Haaland, Salah, Kane.
Is Ederson the argument? Don't do Kepa and do Ederson.
We just get the clean sheet. Well, I tried that, which worked for a couple of weeks, and then Danny Ward overtook him. So it's like
just thinking about rotation, thinking about where we're at with it, thinking about the fact that Ederson's not been always can play one game against Cameroon. I am getting tempted to say that you go Ederson over, because you could get.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it, but it's just I don't know. It's one of those where I feel like I've been there before and I've been stung. So
how much is Leno compared to
Leno. Hold
how
on.
much is Leno compared to Kepa?
Leno's 4.5. Kepa
It's not worth
is.
it's not worth saving the.
Hold on. Kepa's 4.5. Yeah.
God, no.
Yeah. Ward's still 4.1. Edison's 5.4. So he's 0.1 cheaper than he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had Edison for the 7, the 6 at the start of the season, and it was like 1-1, 6-2, 6-2, 6-2. Like, okay. That's what you get from Edison. You get 6-2, 6-2. From Cancelo, you'll get 9-2, 11-2. That's the problem.
The thing is, we got everything in the chat saying Walker, Kanji. Don't forget, best defender they've got has just had, well, at the time off, Laporte is their best defender by some way. Akanji's big. Stones probably will get a fair bit of rest. They can afford to. Is, but Ake, obviously, Ake and Stones are still in. They could still keep going further. Yeah.
So City do have. So City, unsurprisingly, City have 17 players at the World Cup.
God, their whole defence is still in the World Cup, isn't it?
United have 14, Chelsea 11, and Tottenham and Arsenal 10.
And the Swiss are still in it as well.
The Swiss are still in it. Yes.
So they've got Akanji still in it. They've got Walker still in it. They've got Ake still in it.
Everyone apart
Laporte's
from
still in it.
But everyone apart from Gundogan and KDB is still in the squad. And obviously Raheem, unfortunately, has gone home at the moment. So whether he comes back, we don't know. But everyone else. So they've still got 15 players out there. Akanji, Rodri, Alvarez. Laporte is out there, isn't he? He is out there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so you've got Bernardo, Cancelo,
which is good. It's good for him being out there, I think.
Ake, Foden, Grealish, Phillips, Walker, Stones, Edison. So yeah, loads. So I don't know what Pep's doing, to be honest. He's just, people are just passing, people are just like playing balls into Haaland. He's just smashing it into the back of the net, isn't he? Just over and over and over again.
So the triple city we're going to advocate now for gameweek 17 is Edison, Mahrez, and Haaland. Yeah. Clip it. We've said it now. We keep this shorts out. We'll put a different trio out every week and we'll work it out when we get
there. Yeah, just say a different. Yeah, I like that.
But because the thing is, if you go KDB,
it's so much money, man.
It's so much money. It's so much money to have a guy that has just been playing at the World Cup and just trotting around. And before this though, all season, we know he can. He's literally an unbelievable ball striker, and we know that he can put the ball anywhere he likes. But he's not scoring goals.
Well,
he's not scoring goals.
No, he scored 3. He's got 10 assists.
Yeah, because he's got like the world's best striker. But it's like, is it really earning the money? I don't know.
Well, 3 goals, 10 assists, 13 bonus.
Oh, okay. It's pretty good.
In 16 games, of which he started 15 of them. So
yeah, 90 points in 14 games is quite good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite good. All right.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Mahrez one, you're just hoping he comes in and like scores like 12 points, and then he's gone. That's the thing about Mahrez, isn't it? So
that is the thing. It's no Miggy. That's the problem with Feast. Now we've got Miggy at 5.8. Like, what do you need?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Leicester Leeds is a pretty comfortable start for them. As I say, that most of their players are. Well, they've only got 5 players at the World Cup.
Andy Martin's just said, just Mahrez and Haaland will do me. I'll screenshot that. We're in it.
But he's not deleting anything. He never deletes anything.
That's a good point. You don't have to delete
it. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, look. I mean, he's also said earlier on, he's like, not sure if Trips gets to game week 17. That's probably true. If we get to like the 3rd, 4th place World Cup final, whatever. Probably not, but Newcastle started the season. They had 4 or 5 games without him, didn't they? because he was injured as well. So yeah, it's not. I mean, from an FPL point of view, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. I don't think it's going to impact Newcastle loads. Might reduce their set play XG, but they've still got a lot of open play XG.
When we get closer, I need to remember that Mason Mount bullies promoted teams.
Promoted teams. Norwich,
Bournemouth and Forest.
Norwich last year when he hat trick.
Yeah, I'm just let me just call up his goals, Premier League goals.
You should delete stuff. Yeah, you should. Yeah. Almiron is training in Saudi. Yeah, that's like the rest of the Newcastle squad. Conveniently.
Yeah. He last season. Who did he score against last season? Let's get last season.
What, you want to find that now?
Definitely. I'll get it. I can get it.
My phone's run out of battery, so I'm not finding anything. You and your many
Watford. Watford, Leeds. Sorry, Norwich, Southampton, Leeds. They were his goals last season. Yeah. He is.
And one of the Norwich games was a hat trick, wasn't it? So that was a game week. Was that game week 9? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so we've said Newcastle. We've talked
those
about
are defenders. Chelsea, none of those ones.
City, Arsenal. No Jesus. Do you think that makes a huge difference?
Well, I think Nketiah is an absolute nightmare for anyone, everyone.
Very different player, though. Do you think he might work better for them? Like, he's not. To be fair, actually, they're not really facing any sort of low block teams, are they? Actually, until like game week 22.
It's just he's so greedy.
Yeah. So there's not anything that really would concern them.
He's so greedy. You know, when if I got so he played the end of last season, didn't he?
Yes.
That was where he was at. So let's work out when we're going to work this through. So he started playing basically game week 33. He scored 5 goals in the last end of the game week. Let me have a look at. We change this to.
What do you want me to put
Saka?
On the screen? You want me to?
Nah.
Change anything?
The screen.
We're all right.
Nah. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Saka scored 1 penalty during that end of time when he played with him. He sucks it all in. He's not good for anybody else, I always think.
Yeah.
Martinelli. Let's give me some Martinelli love.
Yeah, he scored 2 against Chelsea. I remember that. Yeah, he had a bit of a flurry at the end of the season, but he wasn't getting many starts, was he?
Yeah, Lacazette lost it. He started playing Nketiah.
Sorry, yeah. You forget for a second that Jesus wasn't there and they were crap.
Yeah. So during those last 7 game weeks where it was, Martinelli and Saka got 2 goals between them while he got 5.
Yeah. Well.
Like they just fell off a cliff.
But we know the whole team did. Oh.
But it's because that defensive forward enables everybody else to overrun. When you've got a player that's not a defensive forward, then I feel like Odegaard again becomes a slight. If anyone becomes better, it's probably Odegaard because he's got more weapons and he's got people that will pull away from him so that he can do that late arrival into the box. I do feel like it keeps going back to Odegaard is a good asset. I feel like most of us have got Martinelli. You haven't got Martinelli, have you?
Does it matter? Oh,
yes,
price
absolutely does.
No, does it matter because I can just bring him in?
But you've got the opportunity to not bring him in.
To not bring him in, yeah. Well, yeah. I suppose.
But people that have him in
might not take him out.
Exactly. If you've got him in, nobody's taken out. You've not seen a game week 17 draft where someone that has Martinelli will take him out. Everybody will keep him. But those that don't have him, the ones that did take him out on wildcard, they've got a choice because they've got to pay the same price for him as what they'll pay for Odegaard, if not a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure on how that's going to play out. You still feel like you want at least one of those midfielders for those opening three games. Then you move into a double in 23. There's still really good value, and you still feel like you probably need a defender because you've still
Well,
got four
the money's right
really
to
good
go.
home defense.
Yeah, the money's right to go and get a defender as well because they're not expensive. They don't have to be.
And they're not expensive, but because they're not expensive, it's a similar way around like the Martinelli thing. I think everybody just says, I've got to go for White.
Yeah, this is
Not
true.
100% convinced that's the right decision. I think most of us will end up there because I think most of us will think, well, it works out. It works out the thing that we should do because we'll spend the money elsewhere. But when you look at them, like from a bonus perspective, for example, if I take, let me get their bonus potential. So for baseline bonus, Saliba, Gabriel are way clear. Tommy Asu, if he plays, way clear. Zinchenko, if he plays, way clear. The only person who's not clear is Tierney. So,
but what's the price differential on that? Isn't Saliba like 4.8? Is it, or did he start at 5?
No, Matt, Saliba's 5.3 now.
Well, 5.3. Gabriel's 5. 5.1.
5.2. 5.2.
Well, there you go. So you're paying for the extra.
$500,000.
Yeah.
$500,000 extra. But
to be at the top end of that baseline. Which is probably worth it, in truth. But then, yeah, I suppose West Ham, Brighton, Newcastle, Tottenham, United as a 3 doesn't sound fun. West Ham's like entire squad apart from Paquetá is basically at home.
Yeah,
West Ham have 5 players at the World Cup.
I just think they're going to play quite defensively.
Yeah, Declan Rice, obviously.
I think Arsenal will play to grind as much as they can. I think Arteta will set up for that Newcastle, Tottenham, Man United game to smash and grab. I don't think he'll be looking to go to war with those ones.
Don't know. He doesn't strike me as a manager that he strikes me more as a manager that says let them prepare for us rather than let's prepare for them.
Really? Like Arteta?
This season, more so.
He's like the most prepared manager on earth. Like they're the most practiced team the world's ever seen. Like they are drilled within an inch of their lives.
Okay.
They are a drilled team. Like you watch them and you're like, this is the most drilled team I've ever seen. They move in unison. They look like a synchronized swimming team the way they play.
I don't think it's a way that I don't think it depends on the opponent. I think they just do it.
Yeah. But those type of players will always keep cleans. I find it very hard to not have an Arsenal defender in there. I'm still running out. I just was stuck with so many defenders and midfielders.
Yeah,
I think you have to take as much as they're Arsenal. I think we have to still think that we're going to end up with at least one midfielder and one defender from Arsenal, or you're a bit undercooked because you just get to take away, so much value out of it. Like when do you ever get that? Well, Leicester season where you got top in the game. I mean,
would you go Nketiah though? Would you go Nketiah though?
I've got no interest.
Because strikers, I feel like you just go Haaland, Darwin, Mitrovic, and or Kane, and then balance your midfield one way or the other depending on which way you go there.
Yeah, I mean Haaland and Mitrovic is just done. I don't think any of us can walk past that now.
Okay, before we move on to like United, I'm going to say one word.
What about Dalot?
No, but before we get on to United, yeah, I was going to say one word and it's going to make your skin crawl, but I'm going to say it anyway. One player. Who could that be?
What position?
Midfield. Just think of the fixtures.
For the fixtures?
Yeah, just think of how good the fixtures are.
Oh no!
Yeah. Go on, say it.
Just Wilfred fucking Zaha.
Fulham and
Fulham and
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Fuck. Fuck.
It just it feels really easy that you could just go. I mean, you could literally, if you wanted. Well, there's not really a good. Well, I suppose there's a fairly decent pivot there. You could literally go. You could go Wilf for 17-18, and then you send him off to Madison in 19 and get Fulham, Forest, Brighton, Villa, which feels really nice.
Let's get on the opta one. Let's get on the opta. Look at the shots, mate, because there's a couple there we need to talk about.
I've got, yeah, who do you want? What players? Yeah,
players. Let's go opta. Go players.
You want this, don't you?
I love this.
So
for this, the guys on YouTube, what we got? We got goals per 90 down the left,
and
shots per 90 on the right,
down the bottom.
Yeah, shots. Yeah, the what is that? Y-axis?
No, it's the x-axis. The x-axis is the one on the bottom.
God.
Back to school.
Never did maths. Never did GCSE, A level, and degree early. Want to do that stuff? Shit.
So yeah, shots per 90 on the x-axis on the
shots
bottom.
Per 90.
Goals per 90 on the y-axis, or the one on the left. There you go, mate.
Yeah.
So
for those in the chat, so you can guess the man right at the very top that here scores 1 goal on average every 4 shots, and is averaging more than a goal a game, and is averaging over 4 shots a game. I don't think that one's particularly hard to work out.
Yeah,
that would be. Is that Erling at the top there? I'm assuming.
There's Erling Haaland. Yeah. And
so the most clinical striker with the most volume is Erling.
Yeah, well, there's only there's 3 strikers with more volume than him, or 3 players.
So the strikers with more volume than them, one of them's got to be Mitrovic, hasn't it? Darwin, highest volume.
Yeah, highest volume.
Mitrovic,
and then the other one who's missed a bunch of chances.
Oh God,
it's him, isn't it? It's Son.
Is it?
Got to be. Oh no, it's Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah,
it
doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Doesn't matter.
So basically, if you want the highest 3 shot volumes in the game, you just get Haaland, Mitrovic, Darwin.
Yeah.
That's what that's saying.
Darwin, Mitrovic.
Comfortably, the guys that get it. And in Mitro and Darwin, you're getting players that score a goal every 8 shots, is that?
So yeah, it's roughly every 8 shots for oh God, my maths now.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Yes, but every 8 shots for Darwin.
Yeah, about every 9.
And about every 9 shots for Mitro.
Yeah, basically.
Which means they get a goal every other game.
Yes.
Based on the amount they're taking.
Well, I mean, Darwin only plays like 30 minutes a game, so yeah, who knows? So
other strikers, let's work our way backwards across those lines to work through who else we might want. Ronaldo's interesting because it then makes Martial. Are you got any interest in Martial?
He's a striker, isn't he?
Hmm.
Probably not.
You've brought Martial in at least once already this season.
I have. Well, I had him in at the start, I think. Or no, I didn't.
And again?
No, I didn't. No, I took him out at the start because he was injured. And then I brought him in and he played 26 minutes, got an assist, and then got injured. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks.
I'm talking to our friend Danny and Late Riser on Wednesday, 2 Man United fans, and they probably. I'll say this now because they're not here, but I no chance I'm trusting Martial to play 3 games in a week when he comes back. Absolutely none.
So who else have we got? Who else have we got on these upper echelons then? So it is basically a goal. Roughly 3.5 to 4 shots per 90, scoring 0.8 goals per 90.
Who's that next guy?
Got to be Harry Kane. Got to be Harry Kane.
Got to be Harry Kane?
Nope.
Hello.
See, we've gone through this already. I forgot. I forgot who these were.
This is why I needed to do it. Rodrigo.
So
averaging more than any other forward apart from that big three,
Yeah.
and being clinical.
Right, Andy Martin in the chat. Can you now tell me that he's first choice? Because every Leeds fan I spoke to, every Leeds fan was constantly saying he's fourth choice, behind Bamford, behind Aronson, behind whoever else it was. I can't think.
We
But
can't look that. We can't go past that, can we?
Rodrigo feels obvious. Was he
But he
six and a
starts
half?
with City.
He starts with City, but or can you move? Can you just go Zaha to Rodrigo then? Can you get Zaha
You
for the first week?
absolutely can. Fulham, Bournemouth for Zaha. Move him to Rodrigo for West Ham, so Tottenham, and then Zaha walks into Chelsea, Newcastle, Man United, whereas Rodrigo walks into Villa, Brentford, Forest.
Yeah, done. Sold.
Zaha, Rodrigo. Thank you very much. Sold.
Yeah,
So
his
there's a
X minutes are
midfielder.
low still. So
I'm a
like,
lot more comfortable now suddenly with Zaha.
yeah, cool.
God, I hate him. And the size of the circle is the average XG per shot on this, by the way, as well. So not only is Haaland up there, the reason why he's scoring lots is because they're massive
Yeah, just say yes for
chances.
the average expected goal value per shot. So it's decent chances that Rodrigo's getting as well.
So let's start going through those other two in the better than a goal every 6 shots. Who are they? One of those has got to be Harry Kane.
Better than a goal every 6 shots. Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, got to be. And to the left,
Firmino.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Clinical Bobby.
And then there's just one more that I'm going to highlight here who has massive chances all the time. Callum Wilson.
Can't trust it. Again, I ain't trusting his body for 3 games in a week.
And there's one more big one there. Iwani.
Oh,
yeah. And then Madison's up in there as well.
Maddo.
Which is...
Oh, no. What do we do about Maddo?
then you got these two. Then you got these two here.
Maddo's got... Why has everyone got groups of Fulham and Forest? Why is that happening to everybody? Leicester got Fulham and Forest in 19 and 20.
But Forest's fixtures must be absolutely woeful.
Man United, Chelsea, Southampton, Leicester, Bournemouth, Leeds.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It's not actually as bad as it sounds, but the talisman that you want them to face, they want. Wilson's and it's just where Wilson's just the left of Harry Kane there.
Yes.
Oh no,
well, no,
that's
he's a bit
Bobby.
further down.
A bit further down.
Yeah, so
big chances though.
Kane is here.
Big chances.
Wilson is here. Yeah.
Who are those other ones in the goal every 10 shots?
So you've got Anthony.
Oh, we have to get onto Man United midfield next.
Yeah. Salah.
Hello.
Jesus injured. Fine.
So, but Nketiah might take up that spot.
Maybe.
And probably a better finisher.
Maybe, yeah.
Heung-min Son.
Yeah.
They're quite low, the average XG for his shots, though, to be fair.
Which is standard Son, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Good finish.
That's absolutely normal for him. So
who is that big XG, but right at the bottom left corner? The very, very bottom left corner.
Down here?
Yeah.
Do you want to guess? Do you want to take one guess?
No? I can't guess on that.
Connor Cody.
Yeah.
Because he scored that 1 yard tap in. That's what it is, isn't it?
That's what it is. That's incredible.
So, this is a really cool chart. So if you go to theanalyst.com, to opta analyst, and you select the Premier League stats, and then in here you can see you've got team and player. So if you select player, you get all sorts of ridiculous stats. So attacking, you can sort them by XG, shots, goals, XA, chances created, assists. Then you've got our lovely graph here that we're using today, which is great. There's all sorts of carrying, goalkeeping as well. So, yeah.
Oh, can we just go back to it one more time?
Can you go back to it? Yeah, of course, mate.
Those incredibly clinical finishes there. There's two below the Haaland ones. In that one.
Yes.
Somerville.
Yes. I've already gone.
From Leeds.
Yeah, and then Foden.
And Phil Foden.
So it feels like if you want return, I mean, clinical. Yeah, it does feel like if you want returns, you just sort of stick to this part here.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it, I mean, it sounds
It's that
particularly
diagonal
obvious,
line, isn't it? I've just realised I'm drawing a line on your screen, which clearly is of no use to anybody but me.
I don't think I can draw on my own screen unless
Yeah.
unless
Oh,
I
mate,
do.
we're learning.
Yeah, I can't do. I don't have a
We know
Tifo
what you mean.
tactics board. Sorry,
That's coming.
it's coming.
Dan, that's what we want for Christmas. How was that, Uncle Dan?
As long as we've been good,
um,
we may get it.
yeah.
Right. So where do we want to talk? Do we want to go back now away from
Man
Opta
United.
and just talk
A little
about
bit Man United.
Let's go back to the ticker while we do that because their fixtures are crazy good.
And they've all been really good in the World Cup. Like Bruno's on it, Casemiro's on it, Anthony when he comes on it, Rashford
Dallo,
obviously on it. Dallo was brilliant.
yeah.
Maguire.
Maguire's been all right apart from that first 25 minutes against Senegal, where he just tried to break the line too often with passing. Martinez has been all right. Varane's obviously been absolutely fine. Ericsson's gone home, so that's perfect. Luke Shaw's been decent.
Yeah. Their players are having a good World Cup.
Yeah. And you know, they're fourth highest for open play XG so far this season. Not so much on the set piece at all, as in like they have no XG from set pieces whatsoever. 1.82. Compare that to Newcastle 7. And no set play goals at all. But their open play XG 16.73, which is better than Newcastle, Brighton, and Tottenham. Obviously not.
Are you Bruno curious?
Just money, no. I just don't think because I'd rather have Kane.
Even if England got to the World Cup final?
Well, maybe.
Thing with it, right? There's like so many good options at the moment, and it's just a question of how differential you want to go in certain places. Like there are certain players you look at, like Bruno, like Anthony, Kulusevski for us.
Question quickly before you do that, just something that popped into my head. Do you think there is any way any games get postponed if England win the World Cup?
Oh my gosh!
Like genuinely, do you think they've been off Boxing Day potentially? Could it happen? There's probably too much skin in the game for TV, but like if England win the World Cup, I mean, like that's where all the players, like all the players in England play in the Premier League, apart from Jude Bellingham. So it's 25 players.
England, Brazil as well. It's
Like England, Brazil could be just be nuts. Like genuinely, I hadn't even thought or considered it, not once.
are we starting that rumor?
But Brazil have 12 players, and England obviously have 25. Yeah. Boxing Day
How will
postponement.
they do that? How will we carry on?
I mean, yeah. Surely, I mean, like the whole week is going to be like there's going to be bus tour. There's going to be open bus in London. There'll be open bus probably in Manchester as well. Open top bus in Manchester.
God.
In that week leading up to Christmas.
Theories.
In the week that I'm travelling down to. it could happen.
We'll have to do another pod and work it out.
Mate, that'd be mental. Well, yeah, obviously we'd have to do something else. Oh,
Man United.
Man United. No, I'm not
Dallo.
so Bruno curious. Dallo, he's still on 4 yellows, is he not?
Good point. No, he got his fifth.
You sure?
100%.
Sure?
1,000,000%.
He did. You're right. Okay, cool. Yeah, he got it.
1,000,000%.
Yeah. took a tactical one. I like that. Yeah. Took a tactical one in 15, so he got 16 off and had a nice week off for the World Cup.
Yeah.
What a bastard. Yeah, fair enough. Dallo is definitely an option.
I am quite Bruno curious.
You just think without Ronaldo,
yeah,
you just think that opens up.
Just watch him at the moment. It just feels like he wants to be dog, and it just feels like
much of Portugal. To be fair, not really.
And he's just a minute's man, and he's just relentless. I'm not a huge. I just
9.8
think,
million.
yeah, but there's a lot of £8 million midfielders that I'm liking the look of in terms of these things. And I'm thinking, if I get the one that's a bit more expensive, I'm keeping them. I'm keeping my doors open.
So okay, hold on. So right. So just for argument's sake, I assume you're doing double Leicester keepers to make all this happen.
Wow. I just figure I thought we don't have. There's no budget hack. We can't just keep mucking it about and get more unlimited money.
Nah, unfortunately
Oh
not.
no.
I've got to go back to like normal stuff. So
It all depends on Salah, doesn't it? Because
I'm just looking at this now. I'm just looking at this now. If I said Robertson, Trippier, who else did we say?
mate, we can't afford it. Cancelo,
No, I didn't take. I've left Cancelo out.
White.
There was somebody else. I'm sure there was somebody else. I can't
What
remember.
in defence?
Yeah, yeah. So there was another expense. Oh, Reece James. Sorry, yeah, of
Reece
course, Reece
James.
James. See, forgotten about him already. But
Isn't Bruno on like 4 yellows?
I can check that.
You plug
No, he's
players
on
in while
5.
like,
No, he had his 5th one against West Ham, so he didn't play the Villa game and then came back for Fulham.
okay, oh wow, even better.
So if you go Bruno, if you were to put Bruno in, let me see if I can just bring this back up on the screen.
Harry Kane's on 4, by the way.
Kane is on 4. That is a problem.
It's a big problem.
Yeah.
You know who else is on 4? Metro.
Yes, he is. Oh, mate, I'm just thinking about time now. What are we? Hour and 4.
Metro, Saliba, Kane. Oh dear.
So what have I got left here? I've got 19 million.
Leon Bailey, some of them.
Do that 19 million, then that's with Bruno in there, but it's no Salah at the moment.
That's
Because
what I'm saying.
as soon as Salah goes in, it's game over. It's
Yeah.
literally game over, and that's not
Yeah,
an
but how
expensive.
could you make it work? So I don't think you have Salah and Darwin and Robertson. No chance. You've got to be mad to go straight in and go, I'm going to spend 28 million or whatever it is on Liverpool players.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like Darwin has had what? Where is he?
And they've got
Darwin will
one home
have
game in their first 4 games.
Darwin will have 22 days rest.
They've got 2 home games in their first 6.
Oh, you mentioned this before, actually, about all these away games.
Yeah, like Villa away, Leicester at home, well, they won't keep clean there. Brentford away, Brighton away, Chelsea at home, Wolves away. Like they're all like, ugh, they're okay, but they're not like, wow, look, there's a pile in fixture. Like there's never in a million years are you captaining Salah in any game week 17 to 22. So do you just go Darwin? Do you just go Darwin? I mean, you can just swap
Like
Salah to Miggy because he gets more points.
in what world have we ever sat here and gone, oh yeah, I know, I'll take Salah with a month off, please, and not have him? I just don't get that. Like we were literally clambering to get him in post AFCON. I know obviously if things went to crap afterwards, but everyone was clambering to get into him post AFCON, like getting him back in, game week 26, triple captain, etc., etc. He's just had a month off.
I like Darwin. I like Robbo. Someone else in the chat said rather Robbo and Darwin than Mo, and I'm exactly that position right now. I'd rather Darwin. I'd rather Darwin probably based on that. Look at the numbers. Look at the amount of shots he's having. But I look at it and I think, do I trust Darwin to play those 3 games? Not if Luis Diaz is fit and Jota's fit. And then even then, fucking hell, we've got 5 forwards at Liverpool.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is a lot. My
But is
balance
Darwin
says
gonna is Darwin
surely
gonna
they pick up.
play every game? Like Salah will play 90 minutes every week. I don't see there's no risk to his position. You've Nunes, you've got Jota, and I realise I haven't stopped sharing.
No risk to his position now, but if Darwin just comes in and starts scoring, and Jota comes back and starts scoring, and he loves Luis Diaz, like Mo don't just get 90 minutes because he's Mo Salah anymore. He's got to turn up.
You'd be Klopp would be brave to drop him at any point, regardless.
He will do. No, there's
Think?
no captainable fixture for Salah.
Okay. No. Okay.
Which means
I don't disagree with that.
You're never gonna face into 100% Salah owned. Not in any of those weeks.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's a good way of putting it.
It's never going to end your season.
You forget. You do again forget that Haaland has now taken this mantle of fear from Salah. Just not from Salah being particularly bad, because he hasn't been bad, I guess. But you're right. The impact isn't there anymore. The pain isn't there anymore. So you can afford,
especially because you're not having him. So I joked about it and said you'd have Mickey instead of him. Yes, you would, but you'd also have an extra 7 million quid.
And then
it's like, well, what else can I do? I just feel like, I know what's going to happen.
So Salah makes it not work.
He's going to have a haircut. He's going to have a bloody haircut. We're going to get back. He's had a haircut. We can't not do it.
I mean, Almiron gives us everything. Almiron gives us the world. It gives us like another 6.4 million, if there are any. There aren't any, but
oh gosh.
I mean, there's just extra money everywhere at that point.
Oh gosh.
But you can go Zaha to Madison or whatever. I mean, whatever you want.
Who knows?
Anyway.
We've had some fumbles.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice just to have a chat about it though, because it's difficult to really sit down and have a look at it when you're trying to watch the World Cup as well.
Yeah,
and try and enjoy it. But I think it was worth just having a quick chat. I'm still no closer to really knowing what I want to do.
We don't need to. We just need to keep polishing.
Just keep getting Just start.
This isn't
sanding it down.
We're not the polished product right now. Like
we've never been the polished product, mate. Polished product.
How dare you?
A little rough around the edges. It's fine.
But we're getting the cogs working. Let's keep having the conversations and talking through it. We've got plenty of stuff to get involved with.
Cool. Well, I guess, does anyone have any questions in the chat before we sign off? Or should we? Are there any comments in here as well? So,
yeah. Spartan says it doesn't mean Jota will be for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy Martin says he's happy to snowball the rumor about Boxing Day being postponed.
Yeah,
love it.
Get it going, mate. Get it going, boys and girls. Get it on.
Love that.
I think 87 people are watching this. What on earth are you doing, you mad people?
Has Tifo finished or something?
Chuck us a like. Get it going again.
Yeah. Likes on the video. If you're listening back on a podcast, thank you for listening back. Do feel free to leave a review or a 5-star rating. They're both very much appreciated. Check out Crypto Block Dan, good friend of ours. Check out the Patreon. Like, subscribe, comment, Have you made any drafts yet? Who's going to win the World Cup? Whatever you want to put down in the comments, just put it down there. Answer all the comments, honestly. If there's questions in there and there's statements that people want responses to, we answer them all. So
yeah, and whatever you want covered between now and Christmas, we'll work it out. I mean, we don't know how we're going to work it out because you've got travel and all sorts of stuff, but we'll work it out.
We'll sort it out. So
we'll work it out. I've moved.
Oh yeah, you've moved upstairs.
I've moved upstairs.
Yeah, no kitchen anymore.
The kitchen is gone, I'm afraid.
But yeah, well, that's based on the new setup, isn't it?
It's still there, but yeah, I'm not, just Don't know why, but yeah, new setup.
Good. Looks good, mate. Looks good.
It's got some Spurs art coming in, just about.
Yeah, I need to do something about the positioning of mine because you can see so much
Yeah.
from my Spurs shirt back there. But there we go.
All good, mate.
3 weeks to go,
Pleasure.
and then the
It's gonna
charge
creep
towards the
up
top
really
million.
quickly. It's gonna creep up really quickly, I think.
Yeah, probably. Well, people are going to start doing more. People are going to start doing more now that there's going to be less football on because we've already had 50 odd games in the World Cup. And there's only like 15 left or 11 left. That's it.
I hate this period.
8,
You get
9,
you
10,
get
11.
really quickly used to like 3-4 games a day, and then suddenly when it's not 3-4 games a day, I'm like, oh, this is rubbish.
Well, we've got 2 games tomorrow, and then there's nothing till Friday.
Oh, it's horrible.
So
Rest
people will
days.
start talking FPL.
Well,
Nice.
people, if you're watching this, listen to this, share it on Twitter, get it out there.
New curtains, Spartans? No, not new curtains. Thanks for the question.
Not new curtains. Not new curtains.
Cool. Right, it's
Right,
10:15. On what day is it? Monday? Yeah, it's Monday.
is it Monday?
It's Monday. Normally Sunday
It's
we
a
pop
lot.
it. But
It's a lot of the week left.
yeah, we will head off now. Thank you very much for watching, listening. Enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy the rest of the World Cup, etc. But we will speak to you soon.
See you later.
Cheers, mate.